evening, freaks. I'm here to give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip, and we're diving back into that 2023 love forecast series for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or a loaded sixth house, stellium, three or more planets in that sixth house, or a significant placement, just like one of the ones I mentioned. You may find messages that you resonate that come on through here. Do be aware it is a collective reading, so reading for a lot of different people out there. I just open up, step aside, let come through whatever needs to come through. It either resonates or it doesn't, okay? But I'm sure there's something for you here. You wouldn't be here otherwise. So just listen with an open mind. Drop into your intuition. Your intuition is going to know how the messages are speaking to you. Tap into the overarching themes and flip flop roles as you need to in terms of gender or which side you're on in the story. Okay, cross watcher energy can come into a read. Sometimes that can create a little confusion. Do be aware that you might be surprised to find that the cross watcher feels very similar to you. Often there's mirroring in relationships. So this can provide some insight, maybe some opportunity for reflection if you feel a little reactive, okay? Everything that's being presented here is done so with the intention to have an opportunity to transform the energies if they're not operating optimally, all right? So I feel like you may be in this process, Virgo. You may be in the process of kind of balancing some things out. Maybe something is close, but kind of like no cigar. Like it's not quite right. It's not quite there. Interesting message coming in just right off the bat with that close but no cigar. I'm getting conception vibes very strongly, like maybe somebody's out there trying to have a baby. They want to have that celebratory moment where they can like break out the cigars and say it's official, it's happening. This could also be in relation to actually walking down the aisle, setting the date, wanting to have that bachelor party. Maybe something just isn't quite right yet. Maybe something isn't quite dialed in. There's something that needs to be ironed out. There's something that's needing another look, something that has to be reviewed, something that's not quite right. I think that in terms of trying to conceive for those who are resonating with that message, it's really a matter of looking at diet and also stress levels is what I'm getting. Sometimes when you want something to happen so badly, the stress alone can flood the body with hormones that make it difficult to be in the proper space to conceive. So just like let it go, release, let it flow. Something that can really help is building the ojas in your body, and that's across the board for both men and women, okay? So building up the ojas, the nectar of life, can definitely help put the body more in a space to be able to conceive. So you might want to check out my Panchakarma 40-day playlist, the Own Your Fire playlist. It's here on Broad Coven, okay? Just check it out. There is a particular video in there that's specific for building ojas, all right? You'll see it in the title, and that'll be very beneficial to you, but it's mainly increasing the sattvic foods in your diet. Usually these foods have a sweet taste. They have nourishing fats. I mean, some examples of high ojas foods are dates and figs and raw honey, coconut cream, coconut milk, nuts, rice, things of this nature, things that have very sattvic taste. And it was 4:44 on the clock when I said that. So I really feel like this is a big key, okay? This is a big key. And also, women, evening primrose oil, 3,000 milligrams a day, right? It really just is the most bioavailable essential fatty acid you can get into your body. It's women specific. It's very safe and beneficial, no contraindications, okay? I'm not telling you what to do. By all means, do consult with your physician. I'm just suggesting what has worked for me, and it's up to you to run that by your healthcare provider and see if it's a fit for you, all right? But I am an Ayurvedic practitioner and I've worked in this field for quite a while, all right? I got gosh, 28 years experience in the holistic health field, all right? Everything from Ayurveda to transformational body work. And I've worked alongside doctors and worked alongside the oncology department. Okay, so I have quite a bit of experience. And I just want to share that with you. You apply it as you see fit. And please do consult with your healthcare provider because they know your specific situation. But I am getting a direct hit for those looking to conceive, that there is this piece about really bumping up the ojas and do what you can to lower your stress. The best time to conceive is when you're in a place where you're really receptive, you're just open, there's no forcing anything, okay? And this applies to all areas of life, all right? So for those of you that aren't trying to have a baby, you're just trying to conceive a relationship. Like, can we conceive a potential love opportunity here? Is that something that's like even on the books, man? Is it ever going to be quite right? Maybe you keep meeting people and you're like, oh, so close, but it's that one thing, man. It's that one thing. If only this one thing, and it's essential. It's an essential thing. Again, the more you can work on just reducing your stress around it, maybe enjoy other things, find pleasure in other things. Don't get so soft into trying to find somebody to complete you because nobody can ever live up to that expectation anyway. This is really about you enjoying yourself, feeling good about yourself, and just being open, receptive. It always comes in when you're not looking for it. Okay. And then when it comes to that message of, busting out the cigars, if you're not trying to have a baby, some of you are trying to like nail down the date. When are you going to tie the knot? When are you going to seal the deal? I feel like there's kind of outside influences that are making this kind of tricky to navigate. In some cases, this is like a third party influence. It's just somebody who's being difficult in the situation that's kind of interfering in the whole process, making things a lot more complicated and convoluted than they need to be. It's also starting to kind of like drive a little bit of a wedge between you and your person. And that's something that you really need to iron out together so you're not running into these challenges. All right. Big download coming in right there, 8:08 on the clock when I said that. Okay, so 8:08 might be a very significant message. 8:08 is indeed the area code for Hawaii. So maybe some of you are planning a honeymoon to Hawaii or some kind of special like love jaunt to Hawaii. You're wanting to like spice up the relationship, take it to the next level. It's your first trip you're taking with each other and you're really excited. Some of you are even considering destination weddings, all right? Those of you are really just like kind of burned out and over the interference of other people. It really is about the two of you and the love you share and the commitment you're making to each other at the end of the day, all right? So destination weddings can be a good way to go. They can be a good way to go and just end all your hassles. And when you get back, have a big party. And if they want to come and celebrate with you, they can. All right. So some interesting things coming out there. But I'm going to get into the shuffle here. We're going to look at 3 different areas. All right. So everybody gets some answers. They get some direction. They get the tea on what's coming in for them in 2023. We're going to have a section for singles, a section for cuffed, and a section for it's complicated. All right. So a little something for everybody. I'm going to be doing the shuffling now. I will provide timestamps so you can skip ahead this portion if you like. Do be aware though that I tend to get a lot of channel messages just as soon as the tape is rolling. I got them coming in. So you might miss something. All right. But I do understand that time is valuable. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and drop in for this reading. Thank you to all the subscribers, all the support. I really appreciate all of you. And I will provide those timestamps for you. So if you're in a rush and you just want to get straight to the point, you can jump ahead. So we're going to dive in right now. Bottom of the deck energy here, we have the Magician. All right. Really beautiful way to open up. Basis of the matter. We have Right after that, the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. And we got 3 of Wands. Okay, so overarching theme just coming in as the basis of the matter in 2023. Virgos, it looks really good. I feel like you're going to have a resurgence in your love life, and that applies across the board, whether you're single and ready to mingle, whether you are in a committed relationship and maybe things have just kind of flagged a little bit lately. You need that spark back. It happens, relationships go through stages. You're never really with the same person you start out with, because hopefully you continue to evolve and grow together. So, this piece coming in, maybe you went through kind of a challenging time in your relationship, but there's the promise of some kind of resurgence. There's also the piece of like love affairs, relationships coming back from the brink. Not to mention across the board, people from the past coming back around, reunions, reconnection, people that you never closed things with properly, or maybe it was just not the right time for you to enter into the full possibility of your connection. Okay. There's a lot of soulmate energy this year. That's applying for everybody in the collective, not just Virgos. All right. We've got a lot of people coming back around, and it's because these are important people on our paths, on our spiritual paths. They're soulmates. And yes, sometimes soulmates are about romance and, that chemistry and connecting on that level. But other times, soulmates can just be an important teacher on your path. They can be a mentor on your path. They can be somebody who connects you with other people that align you with some essential part of your purpose. So I am picking up this energy, like Back to the Future kind of vibes. There are people that you haven't seen in a really long time coming back into your sphere. But there's like this brand new feel to all of this. And there's a lot of healing that's involved in this as well. It's really beautiful. And it leads to this place of happiness. I mean, we see this with the Sun, all right? So again, there's that past influence. I'm seeing like sort of like childhood friends coming back around. There's a lot of sweetness and joy as these connections come back in. Reminds you of happy times, reliving happy memories. I'm also feeling this is a confirmative sign for those of you trying to conceive, trying to have a baby. It looks like you're going to get good news of that. You may even hear about that sometime in the summer, maybe around July, August, during Leo season. This is a Leo card here, okay? You could have a strong Leo placement in your chart, or maybe your person has a strong Leo placement in their chart. I see the sun is going to shine through, it looks really beautiful. I can't help it. I got to just point it out again because it's coming in. I'm seeing those sunflowers and I'm thinking sunflower seeds. So again, the O just building up the healthy fats, okay? But I do see there's going to be a lot of summer love vibes, right? Summer is when everything is really going to pop off. It's going to be an exciting time that's going to bring a lot of hope. And I think you're going to be out there having fun, enjoying yourself with somebody that you really dig, And definitely looks like what you are hoping for is coming in. It is definitely on the horizon, and you will see a big shift in your love life in 2023. All right. I know it hasn't always been like that, but get ready for things to turn a corner. I feel like you're going to come out on a higher rung of the spiral, Virgo collective. All right. I'm just going to give these a few more shuffles just so you can see that I really have everything cleared out. I mean, I've been shuffling these cards for quite a while. They got your energy in there, front and center. Okay. So shuffling for single Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or loaded sixth house. Shuffling for single Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or loaded sixth house. Okay, we got one card came out there, right? There's something going on there. We'll see what that's about. Shuffling for cuffed Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or loaded sixth house. Those in committed relationships, those in marriages. Shuffling for cuffed Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or loaded sixth house. Shuffling for cuffed Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, the Lotus, 6th house. Come on, what's coming in? All right. Got anything else there? You all have a decision to make. You have a big decision to make in your relationship. It's interesting because everything's coming out for those in committed relationships as a crossing influence. We've got a couple cards that came out here, and then a third one flew out and it went and it covered the singles pile. Okay, so something there is significant. There might be a tie-in. We'll see about that when we dive in. But definitely at a crossroads, there's some important decision that you need to make in terms of your love life. All right. And now shuffling for it's complicated. Those of the Virgo set that don't know quite what they're dealing with. Are we friends with benefits? Is it something more? Are you feeling this too? What's going on? And again, one card, it's coming in as a crossing influence as well. Okay, so big decisions to make, big decisions to make. We are going to go ahead and dive into the reading now. And we're going to start with singles and ready to mingle. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these just a few more times for single and ready to mingle. Single and ready to mingle. Virgos, single and ready to mingle. Virgos, their 2023 love forecast. Singles and ready to mingle. All right. All right. So, bottom of the deck energy, something you are moving away from, okay? With the 6 of Swords is the basis of matter. And I particularly love this 6 of Swords, all right? Because this woman isn't taking any of those swords with her. She's pushed them off to the side. She's ready to come on through. And I love the bird rising. It's giving Phoenix rising vibes. So I feel like you are really moving out of a troubling time. Something that weighed really heavily on you. It had you in your head a lot, had you in your thoughts a lot. I think that it's taken a long time to get to the place where you could finally be ready to move forward, be ready to move on, be open to this new passage in your life. And I think that you're starting to feel hopeful, you know, that maybe something can be on the other side of the storm and you're ready to move forward and move away into the next chapter of your life. Some of you, this may actually involve a physical move. This could be in relation to the ending of a relationship. Maybe it's just time to move on, you know, and you realize that in order to do that and really feel a sense of freedom, maybe because you have kind of a real tight knit social circle, maybe you live in kind of a small community, everybody knows everybody. You might find that a geographical cure is beneficial for you in this regard because it actually creates that physical separation that gives you a sense of breathing room. You also may feel like, you know, you've kind of like gleaned the dating pool in your area. You might want to like be in some different environments. So you might find that you're kind of exploring being in different environments, meeting new people, you know, people that are a lot different from who you're used to dealing with, you know, and you're kind of enjoying moving into this energy. Some of you are also wanting to travel, just wanting to get out there, wanting to feel a sense of freedom after a time that felt really restrictive, especially in matters of the heart. Okay, so let's see what the card was that you got here. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so you have the 4 of Swords in reverse. All right, so normally 4 of Swords is about taking a rest, you know, it's about taking some time to sort of enter a place of thoughtful prayer, meditation, consideration, and letting go, recognizing that you're in a situation where, all right, this is what I'm dealing with, and it's not going to change. Things didn't turn out the way I thought they would, and I need to come to terms with this, and I need to lean into what is my next move? What should I do now? Right. So I feel like you all went through a period where you really pulled your energy back. I feel like you had to do some healing from the last connection that you were in. It was a real letting go process. I think you struggled to let it go. I think you held on for a long time for many reasons. I'm getting you really wanted some answers. You still don't feel like you got the truth. And at the same time, you sort of realize the futility of that, understanding who you're dealing with, understanding that, you may never get the truth from them. And it's not really about that. It's really about you trusting yourself in this situation, what you know to be true about it in your heart. You had intuition about what was up in this connection before it all came undone. And I think this is really about you kind of like validating yourself, trusting yourself. I think that this really was a healing process for you, and you didn't really feel like dating. Some of you may have been kind of isolated, actually, getting sentience around that. So I do feel like that's true. But with this in reverse, I feel like you're ready to open up to the flow of life again. You're ready to get out there. You're ready to enjoy yourself. You're also ready to let go fully and make the decision to move forward, okay, and move into this new chapter of your life. And I think as you start to get more into 2023, I really just got like 3 months, 3 months into 2023, once spring is underway, I think you're also going to feel that feeling of like coming back to life, coming into you. And it was 22:22 on the clock when I said that. So this is really about you coming into alignment with yourself and with your soul, and your soul's directive. And this is going to guide you forward to somebody else who's actually on the same journey as you are. They've been in a very similar process. They've been going through this letting go. They've been trying to get in touch with like their core values and what kind of connection they're looking for. Do they want a connection? And you're going to link up with this person. This is sort of like it's a little bit of divine orchestration. Okay, so it's one of those things of what you thought was kind of like your end all be all, and it was really hard for you to release because you had invested so much time, energy, and care into it. You're really realizing was the very thing that was kind of sent to you as a test. Did you really overcome the challenges of the past? I feel like this last person you were with, they felt very different from other people that you had been with initially, okay? And as the relationship continued on, you started noticing patterns that were very similar to what you had dealt with in the past. And rather than just like immediately going back to those places, those same kind of roles you used to play out in your old relationships, it highlighted something for you that made you self reflect. And you really overcame those lessons. You realized through this connection, as difficult as it was, that you really have discovered your worth, your value, and that you aren't willing to compromise that. You're not willing to enter into a connection that requires you sacrifice your dignity, and this piece came forward for you really strongly. And so it's kind of a bittersweet experience because while this connection that you're moving away from and opening up to new possibilities through, at the same time, it was like this person took you to a very deep place within yourself. And there's this awareness that's emerging for you, what a gift they gave you. And also, there's the part inside of you that also understands where this person is at, how they're struggling to connect in a real way. I think this is why it was so hard for you to let it go, because you spot similarities of different places you had been in the past where you had a lot of fear of connecting. But I feel like you've done a lot of transformational work around this. And so you're getting ready to up level and connect with someone who is on your level. And look, here it comes in. 9 of Cups. All right. We see wish fulfillment here. So there is some kind of fulfillment that comes through ending the old cycle and moving forward. And there may be somebody who already has their eye on you right now, or somebody you have your eye on. Either way, this is a matter of building up a little daring. This is air sign energy. Page of Swords, that would be uh, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. You also may see this come forward in Aquarius season. With Aquarius, I can't help but think about technology as well. So it's possible that this is somebody who's keeping an eye on you online. I think that they are considering sending you some kind of message. You know, they've been thinking about it quite a bit. I think they've written this message out many times. It's interesting because I almost got the feeling of them actually like physically writing it down. They may have even written lyrics, like lyrics to a song. Maybe they're a creative type, but I see like them physically writing down this message. I think it's something that they put a lot of time and energy into, like painstakingly put their time and energy into. But I feel like now they're in this place where um, they just realize that it's best to just get straight to the point, you know? It's almost like they were so concerned about the presentation that it was like getting in the way of actually reaching out and establishing the connection. It sort of became an excuse, like, oh, this isn't quite right yet. This isn't quite right yet. I think this person will like just send something. I'm getting like through Messenger, you know, they'll reach out online. They're going to send just a very simple message, but what is said so simply, it has a lot of power. And there's something about this message that comes through that opens up a brand new cycle. Okay. Let's see what cycle it opens up. I mean, we see here that you are walking away from, you know, this the struggle, the grudge, the resentment, the bad blood, you know, it's water under the bridge as far as you're concerned. You don't want to move into your new chapter with any heaviness. This very well could be an experience of healing with somebody from your past. Maybe you're having to clear out, you know, maybe you're coming to terms with your history with each other and there's a release and a letting go and moving forward in a new direction. I also feel like this is speaking of you kind of going on a journey in 2023 where you're really moving away from your old love story, like what the love story has always been for you. And you're really trusting where your heart's leading you. And for some of you, you're still in the process of extricating yourself from a situation. So these loose ends aren't quite like tied up yet. And I think that could be potentially why this person that has their eye on you online, it also could potentially be the reason why that cuffed pile, they had a crossing card come and slice over into the single pile. So that gave me a feeling like there could be a connection here. Somebody here could be in a relationship. They could be in a committed relationship, and yet there's this draw, this attraction. Maybe there was a connection in the past between the two of you. Maybe you were friends in the past. Maybe you were lovers in the past. I feel like this person is kind of like staying kind of connected to you through online. Maybe you are communicating with each other on some level, or maybe you're not aware that they're keeping their eye on you and it's somebody you haven't heard from in a long time and they're planning on making a bold move and reaching out with a message. But I feel like when this comes forward, you know that there's something you have to release. You can't just like jump into this. So that for some of you, that can be like, okay, I really need to tie up this relationship that I'm in the process of extricating myself from. I need to just do the damn thing, get it done. So I'm really free to explore this possibility. Okay. For others of you, this is a matter of what went down between you and this person in the past was really like rough. Like you got done dirty. And so you don't have a lot of trust in this person. And because you don't have a lot of trust in this person, you're might struggle a bit with, you know, constantly having to bring up the past and sort of using that as the benchmark for how things will go between the two of you in the future. And it's sort of like saying this is an opportunity that's arriving for you to align with something of the heart. But in order for you to do that, you're going to have to let some things go. And that may be letting go of the grudge, letting go of the resentment, letting go of the bad blood, letting it be water under the bridge so you can build a bridge, get over it, and start moving forward into what this connection can be now. Either way, I do see somebody approaching you, and I do feel like this is somebody that's already got their eye on you, or you already got your eye on somebody, and you're considering making a bold, daring move. Again, in order for this thing to happen, though, there has to be a tower. Something that was built on a false foundation needs to come tumbling down, right? You have to dismantle the old before you can move forward toward the new. So I'm really picking up for a lot of single Virgos that there's still something that has not been released, and be until that's done, there won't be the moving forward you desire, although there is interest around you right now. Yeah, you got to make a choice, okay? With the Two of Swords, this is the energy you're really carrying forward in 2023, making a decision, about the kind of love you want to bring into your life. And for those of you who've already transitioned out of your old connection, but you're just, still not feeling quite ready, this may just be a matter of you really need to process the sense of betrayal you felt from your last connection. And I feel like you really had a very intense betrayal of your trust. And so you might be struggling a little bit. You might be needing a little space to integrate that experience and rebuild the trust in yourself. All right. I think you're struggling with this piece a little bit. Like you feel somehow to blame for what happened because you saw signs. If you're honest with yourself, you saw signs, you saw red flags, and you kind of just allowed yourself to buy the story they were telling you, even though in the pit of your gut you knew it was off. You knew it was off. You'd seen this same pattern before, so, and it's okay. It's okay. You can forgive yourself, and it takes time to transform, those energies. It takes time to heal. So give yourself the space that you need. But just know that you're going to get to the other side of that. All right. You might spend a couple more months in this kind of cocoon space, but I'm really getting the hit that come spring, you're going to be moving forward, right? Yeah, for sure. We got, again, air sign energy. So you got somebody with strong air sign influence here. You may have strong air in your chart, or the person who is, coming in for you has strong air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, this is the Knight of Swords. And there's rebirth energy here. Look at this, the bat in the background. Okay. So this energy is wanting to come in, it's wanting to rush forward. And there is some kind of action that will be taken here. Page of Wands. Okay, this is fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So likely somebody that has air, fire strongly aspected in their chart. I think they're going to reach out to you. Somebody's going to reach out to you. It's going to start out small, okay? But there's some kind of initiation into a new chapter that's happening here. But in order to really take the offer, you have to be available. You have to free yourself. Yeah, we see there's somebody here. Okay, we got King of Cups. Somebody here is ready to emotionally invest. They're ready to pour some love into you. Water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? So it's really about you and your readiness to move forward and embrace this opportunity. And in some cases, this is somebody who used to operate out of that night energy. They were good for a good time. They like to have some fun. You could count on them for like a weekend, but they were always kind of fly by the seat of the pants, in one day, out the other. You never could really count on them. It was very like non-committal, kind of situation. And I feel like this person is ready to show some emotion. All right. This person that's pursuing you, this person that's coming forward, they are ready to show some emotion. And for you men, I really feel like, maybe you went through a phase where because you've been so hurt before in relationships, you got used to kind of just like bobbing along the surface. You tried to convince yourself, oh, I'm just fine with the hookup, and I think something's really shifting in you. I think you're meeting somebody this year that's going to change all that for you. They drop you into your heart. You're ready to be emotionally available. And that's a really beautiful thing. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, black cat, fortune meets opportunity. Okay. So again, I get this feeling like something that at first seemed like bad luck, having a relationship go south, not turn out the way you wanted it to, ends up being the best thing that could have ever happened for you. It brings a stroke of luck and an opportunity to really connect with somebody on the romantic level that you're ready for. This person's ready too. They're ready for a heart connection. So that looks very promising, but there's definitely like you got the past clinging to you, right? Got to release that energy. Overarching theme for single Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or Lotus 6th house. In love for 2023, please, Spirit. Overarching theme for single Virgos, overarching theme in love. No. Let's keep it simple. We still have 2 other categories to read for overarching theme. These things take time. That's what I'm getting. It takes a little time for things to come together. You might be feeling frustrated. I feel like it's taken time to pull yourself out of the old cycle, the old connection you were in, and extricate yourself from that energy that's still like lingered and has kind of been hanging out in your heart space. 3737 on the clock when I said that. Before the new beginning can begin, there has to be a completion. But again, I feel like whoever you're connecting with, they're in the same boat. And I really feel like you're going to discover that. Look at this, okay? Flipped right up. Beautiful card to get. You have Spider, okay? And this is community and web weaving. So again, when I see the web, I think World Wide Web. I think this is somebody that is going to connect with you through online. I'm really getting a strong connection there that you're going to start like messaging this person. I believe this is a community connection. Like this is somebody that's connected to your circle of friends. And there's something really beautiful that happens here. This is also kind of this piece about it's time for you to get back out there, get out there, form community, um, go out, have some fun, and don't let it be with this like mindset of like you're going out cruising for somebody, okay? Just go out to enjoy yourself and make connections, meet new people, weave a web of new connections, new connectivity. It'll introduce you to all sorts of new people, new experiences. And I feel like this is the energy you're really needing at this time in order to move forward. But do look for some important connection with somebody who's emotionally available and ready to go there to come through. And I'm getting a big hit. It's going to happen online. It's going to go down online. May start out as an online relationship first. There might even be some distance between you, but you'll bridge the gap, with a little technology, a little time, a little patience. And there's something really beautiful weaving through your life. It's a little bit of destiny, a little bit of fate transformed into destiny. So that's really beautiful. And to say that it might happen again, I'm picking up big, strong summer vibes, July in particular when the nodes shift from South Node Scorpio into Libra and from North Node Taurus into Aries. All right. So be on the lookout for that. All right. 40:10 on the clock. We are going to go into cuffed, those in serious commitments, relationships. You had quite a few come out here. You have Three of Pentacles. Okay. You have Seven of Pentacles. And you have Six of Wands. Okay. I actually feel that there's two really kind of set stories here. Three set stories actually. It all kind of like came in the initial download, the initial channeled message. So we're going to go with this one first. Some of you are engaged and you're ready to do the damn thing. Like your wedding date has been put on hold, getting this thing together has been put on hold. You're starting to wonder, like, are they really wanting to make this happen with me? You might be starting to get a little bit concerned about the delays, like wondering, are we actually going to do this? You might have some concern in relation to this because there's been like a little bit of complications, some wrench thrown into the mix by a third party interference. This could be maybe somebody who's helping to financially, provide assistance for the wedding. And so they have some very set ideas about the way they think things should be done. This is kind of holding things up because it's not really in alignment with what you envisioned for your wedding. I think that you're going to be able to work through this challenge. You're all going to be able to get on the same page. I mean, we see this very clearly. All right. We got victory here with the Six of Wands. Okay. We do see celebration. And I can't help but notice the little penguins. It reminds me of tuxedos. Maybe you're planning on getting married somewhere outdoors, like you want to be surrounded by nature. Um, Maybe even on some kind of like hilltop or mountaintop, somewhere that has nice view. Maybe you've been considering a destination wedding to Hawaii and then just go right from the ceremony to your honeymoon. This piece coming in. Maybe that's what's been sort of, a bone of contention if somebody's been helping to financially contribute to the wedding. They might feel like they're left out, because you're considering a destination wedding. I think this is just about kind of like letting them know, like, hey, we can still have a big party, when we get back, but we want more of an intimate moment here. For others of you, you're just wondering how you're going to come up with the money. Okay, maybe you're really concerned about getting enough money to have the kind of wedding you really want to have. I keep getting this like destination wedding vibe. So maybe initially you were really planning this big, lavish wedding. Maybe as time goes on and it's taking so long to actually like make this thing happen, you're starting to wonder if that's really necessary. Do we really need to invest all our money in this, in this party? And why are we doing that? What's important is this commitment we're making to each other, right? I see it getting resolved either way. I do see you setting a date. I do see those of you who are already engaged, going forward with your wedding, making it happen, and everybody getting on the same page. So I don't think you need to stress out too much about this. If you are worried about money, I see that the money will come through. I feel like you're going to get some kind of like side gig. All right. Somebody gets a side gig that brings in a little extra money, allows you to kind of put some funds aside so you can really have the special day that you want to have. For others of you, you've been really trying to conceive. You've been wanting to have a baby. You've been trying everything. Nothing has really felt like it's working. I feel like you need to kind of explore some more holistic approaches, some alternative routes. I'm really getting a strong piece that it's about, pentacles to me, they are really that earth energy. So for me, it's more like looking at things like herbalism and sort of more holistic approaches. You might also be exploring like natural childbirth as well. Where would be the best birthing centers? So I feel like there's a lot of research and looking into alternative health, holistic health, and methods for boosting fertility. And not just boosting fertility, because I feel like somebody out there, I'm so, so sorry, but I feel like somebody got really close, to having this dream come true, but then they miscarried. I feel like this is somebody that's a little bit older, and so they're concerned about actually being able to conceive at this stage. But I feel like, again, there's this piece like get the ojas up. If you get the ojas up, if you get those sattvic foods in, you're really going to feel a big difference. Okay. So um, look into some alternative health and also do some work to, just sort of like decompress, relieve your stress, because that's what's going to create the challenges. Um, I also feel like there's been, some stuff, some issues to work through in your connection. There's been times when you felt like you couldn't really get on the same page. I feel like this is a lot related to, again, like a third party influence. For some of you, this is somebody like your partner works with, like they're always kind of like talking in their ear, giving them really bad advice. And it's causing some problems. You sort of want your relationship to be your relationship, have that intimacy respected. You don't want other people involved in your private matters. Okay. So maybe there's been a little too much community discussion about your relationship. You're not really appreciating this influence. You feel like it caused problems. I feel like you all are working through this. You don't need to worry about it. Things are going to progress. You'll get on the same page. You'll resolve this. I mean, any challenges you're facing, rest assured, you got the Six of Wands. Okay. So you're going to get through this challenging time. You're going to get to the other side of it. Bottom of the deck energy for you. Yeah, look at this. You got 10 of Pentacles. This is happy home. All right. This is building together. This is solid finances. So for those of you who have just been seeing each other exclusively, but you haven't taken that next step, I see you moving in together. I see you combining households, combining income. Turns out really well. And I mean, for a lot of you, marriage is on the horizon with the Hierophant there. Okay. There's that community gathered. Again, I'm getting like outdoor wedding, connecting somewhere in nature, maybe on like some hilltop, mountaintop. Okay. And this is my if wishes were horses, the dreamer would ride card. So I definitely see that, those dreams that you have as a couple, they're coming to fruition this year, and it's a really beautiful thing. Cut of the deck energy, Three of Cups, cheers, celebration for those trying to conceive. This is a yes. This is baby shower. This is something to celebrate. This is a yes to a proposal. All right. Time to break out those cigars. Okay. So it looks like really good and a lot of healing on offer. And it's just really a beautiful time. Let's get an overarching theme for Virgos that are in committed relationships, cuffed Virgos. Overarching theme for cuffed Virgos. Those in committed relationships. Overarching theme for cuffed Virgos. Those in committed relationships. Overarching theme for cuffed Virgos. Those in committed relationships. Okay. All right. You had quite a few fly out. Yeah. Okay. So you have remembrance, the lamp, invisibility, authenticity. Okay. And we have midnight, the most magical hour of all. I'm totally getting Cinderella goes to the ball vibes. Okay. And I got dawn, the light after the darkness. All right. So rest assured, you're moving into this, and it's interesting. These thistles just stuck to my hoodie here, and I put those thistles as part of my altar setup to represent the thorns, that sometimes we have to grasp the thorns to receive the sweetness of the rose, receive the sweetness of the bloom. And I see that you're moving to the other side of that. Okay. With dawn, you're stepping into the light now, and things may have been you know, at the 11th hour for a while for you all. You know, you may have been wondering, is it actually going to work out? But we have midnight, the most magical hour of all. So I feel like, again, it's that Six of Wands energy. Everything's going to come through for you. For you all, it's really about that transparency, okay? No secrets, just being very authentic, having that radical authenticity with each other. Speak from your heart, speak the truth, and shine that love light on. And remember, with this remembrance, what brought the two of you together, and you'll get back on the same page. Okay, so beautiful message for you. It's complicated. 51 on the clock. You only have one card on the board here, all right? You have the World, and it's coming up crossed. So I feel like the complication for you is more in the area of the resistance to doing what you know you need to do. The World always comes up. Yeah, there's been a lot of resistance. There's been a lot of fighting. There's been a lot of competitiveness. There's been a lot of different people involved in this situation. It's been combative at times. It's been exhausting. It's been exhausting holding this stance. You're just ready for balance. You're ready for justice with the justice here. You can rest assured it's coming. The fact that you have the World, the fact that you have justice there, it shows that things will be balanced in your favor. Some of you have been going through a long, drawn out, messy divorce, and it's really held things up for you. There's been fights about who gets what. It's gotten petty at times. And you've really been stressed out. For others of you, you've been dealing with a situation where there's been multiple people involved. It's been a very confusing situation, very disillusioning. You don't know who to believe anymore. And you're starting to think that you'd be better off anywhere than here. And you know what? I can't really argue with you on that point. I think that, the best thing you can do at this time is sort of like clear your head by focusing on where you do have some control, which is your stability. I see you putting your energy into your work. A lot of you are starting to head in a new direction with your work. You're building for yourself. You're heading into entrepreneurship. This is the opening of a brand new chapter for you, okay? It's going to bring you a lot of success. It's also something that is going to really give you a new lease on life. And I feel like you're ready to move forward. There's something that's holding you back. And it very well could have some like legal angle involved to it with the justice showing up. I also think it's just like a messy situation that you're trying to extricate yourself from. And it's a little complicated because there's a lot to unravel in order for you to truly be free to move over to the next chapter of your life where things are definitely on the upswing. It's like fresh new energy coming in with the full brand new cycle. I feel like you're also ready to like just do some traveling, go out, enjoy yourself, explore, do your own thing. I think you've been feeling really independent. It's just you got some mess to clean up. And I do feel like there's a legal angle. So maybe this was somebody that you lived with, and so now there's the complication of like figuring out who's going to continue to stay on the lease, who's the one who's got to move. I think if you've been trying to hold on to the house, you should just move. It's really in your best interest. There's something on the other side of this for you, though, okay? Because we do have a Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take some time, but Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that is your energy. I feel like this is you investing in yourself, first of all, right? You want your new beginning. You want your solid foundation for yourself. You're going to build that. You're going to invest in that. But I see, this Emperor energy coming in for you, all right? And with that, the Queen of Wands. So strong Aries as a possibility, all right? This is somebody who has a very sensual energy to them. They're a passionate person. I think they stoke your passions. This may be why things are complicated, because you've developed feelings for somebody. And so you're pulling yourself out of a situation rather than kind of creating a messy dynamic. Maybe at one point you thought, well, maybe we can open things up and it'll work. It doesn't work. There's too much jealousy, there's too much competitiveness. But I think you definitely know where you want to go, who you want to be with. It looks like it turns out right for you, okay? We show with that world coming out that what gives you success is cutting off the old situation and moving toward the new. It opens up everything for you. Beautiful new beginning. Look at here. It leads you to total happiness. Total happiness. 55 on the clock when I said that, all right? You need this change to bring this happiness in. And there's the Empress right behind it, all right? Taurus, Libra, significator here, all right? This is also you just really feeling it in your element, full of life, feeling free. It's like, why are you struggling to let this go? Move away from this energy, you know? It may feel like, I think there's a legality involved, and I think it involves assets. You're waiting for the money piece to get settled, for some kind of argument, you know, that's keeping you stuck to be resolved so you can move forward. Be patient, okay? I know it's frustrating. You're going to need strength and to really stay balanced to overcome this challenge, but you'll get through it. You'll overcome this challenge, all right? And it shows the emotions moving forward, you know, an emotional invitation to move forward comes forward with messages, all right? 8 of Wands, 56 on the clock. Looks really positive. You may travel, you know, go off on a love jaunt with your new interest, all right? That's what I'm getting. Let's get an overarching theme. It's just waiting for this matter to get settled for you all. That's frustrating, keeping you in gridlock. But where you're having conflict about the divvying up of assets or resolving matters so you can be freed up to go forward, it's going to happen, okay? You're just going to have to maintain your composure, right? Just don't allow yourself to get sucked into it. Continue to focus on what you can, you know, to just keep yourself centered and grounded. I feel like work is a really positive outlet for you right now. Focus on what you're building for yourself. All of this will get resolved. There's going to be an offer that'll be put on the table. Take your time before you say yes to it and consider it. Maybe, you know, it's about not rushing this process and making sure that whatever gets hammered out, whatever agreements get made in this situation, that it's really fair for all involved. You'll be glad you took the time to do that, okay? Super important here. One card. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at this. It's your time to like release yourself from everything that's been holding you back. We got werewolf, exploring wildness, right? So I really feel like you're about to do something out of pocket. I just heard Lou Reed's take a walk on the wild side. All right. So I think you're ready to take a walk. I think you're ready to take a walk on the wild side. I think you're ready to have some fun and explore. And maybe you were involved with somebody that, you know, they wanted you to be the one that, you know, was true blue, and you held everything down and you took good care of them and you were really solid and secure, and they went out and they were always, you know, fucking around with other people, bringing other people into your situation, causing, you know, all kinds of complication. And here you've been steadfast the whole time. Now you're like, you know what? No, I'm cutting myself free from this because it's my time to explore. I'm ready to take a walk on the wild side. And I see you just really like feeling so much freedom, so much less, so much less of a feeling of being inhibited. You know, once you free yourself from this, it brings all the success to you. So I know you've been going through a long, trying time, and it feels like you're not going to get on the other side of it, but things are just about to iron out for you, all right? So stay calm, stay centered, stay focused, because there's a beautiful new romantic beginning with somebody who really sees that wild side of you, and they can meet you there. And you're about to have a really wild adventure together.